Your Bitcoin and Litecoin update. Has Bitcoin's future already been laid out for us? We're going to take a look at that today at the end of the video in our gold versus Bitcoin chart. What's up, guys? Crypto Savvy here. Hope everybody's having a fabulous Sunday. I hope you had a good weekend. We're going to take a look at the charts. We're going to take a look at Litecoin. Then we're going to take a look at Bitcoin. And we're going to discuss where it might be going. I think it's funny, all the bears out there are hooting and hollering and they were right, blah blah blah. I totally am not bearish at all, and I'll tell you what will make me bearish in this video, especially in the end of the video. We'll check it out, but I am continuing to be bullish, guys, and with good reason. So anyways, I do want to remind you guys there's a free Discord in the description link below the video. Definitely check it out. Click on the Discord link. It'll get you in there. It's a great community, great group of people. Yeah, just definitely check it out. There's also some affiliate links in the description below the video that helps the channel out tremendously, guys. So if you can use them, that's awesome. If not, that's okay too. Let's get on with the video and see what's going on in the charts. All right, guys, as always, I want to start out by saying I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is my opinion and my view of the market only. Anybody that's doing any trading or investing, I suggest you do your own due diligence and your own research, as this market is extremely volatile and risky. Also, keep in mind, it's still a speculative market. Don't put in more than you're willing to lose. And with that being said, if you're new here or you haven't already, definitely hit the subscribe button in the lower right-hand side of the screen. That'll get you subscribed to the channel. And then if you tick the notification bell, that'll get you notified when I post new videos, as I do post every day. And I do daily updates and also nightly live streams sometimes, and I'll probably try to do one tonight at close. So anyway, let's get into the charts and see what's going on. So I've been looking at this as a cup and a handle here, and looking at the breakout, my target is 180. I'm still looking at that, definitely, but I am looking at a bigger cup and handle here. This being the cup, this being the handle, and a break of the handle. That would be where it validates another break of the 146 area, and a break of that, my target is the 270, about the $270 range. Put that there. So that's where I'm looking at if this forms a cup and then a handle here, which is definitely still possible, even though we've broke through this trend line right here. But we're going to take a look at that when we get into the 4 hour a little bit closer. I do also have, if we look at this as rising broadening wedge in the yellow, and the break of the $180 range will get us up to the 302 range. Not my end of the year target. My end of the year target's much higher. Like I said, I know a lot of people are getting real bearish, and the Elliott waivers are thinking they're right. And you know, I don't want to say they're wrong, but I highly doubt they're getting this right, calling, you know, $50, $60 Litecoin. Not saying it's not possible, but I don't see it coming, guys. Just to let you know my opinion. And again, this is my opinion. So anyways, let's look at the RSI and the daily and show you what I'm seeing here. So in the RSI, daily RSI, we do have right here, it is, let me zoom in a little bit. So as of right now, there's not really any divergence right here, but if we do look at this low over here and this low here, we are getting hidden bullish divergence, guys. We're definitely going to be getting a bounce in here somewhere. And I do want to move this price target down, and we're going to move it down to the 200 EMA right here. I did have it up here. We broke this trend line. Not sure how significant that was, guys. But I am going to put a new target down here to around the 86, 82 range. Now, another thing I want to look at, we'll look at in the 4 hour. But first off, I want to show you this hidden bullish divergence. We're getting higher highs or higher lows in the RSI, lower lows. I'm sorry, higher lows in the price action, lower lows in the RSI. Hidden bullish divergence. We do look like we've broken through this let me get in here a little bit. We had the rising channel, fell through with the falling channel. What I'm going to do, I had this trend line here, which is still valid in my opinion, but I'm going to get rid of it. I'm going to clone this one, and we're going to bring it down to these two peaks here. So that's showing we could come all the way down and test the bottom here before our bounce. Now, let's look at the 4 hour and see what that's telling us in the RSI. Same thing, we could come back down and test this long-term falling channel, which would also meet up with this shorter-term falling channel in here. Also, the measured move off that would be, it would all line up in the same area, guys. So we are probably looking at some more downward momentum here, but I do want to look and see if we're getting any divergence in the 4 hour. And it looked like we were, but now this RSI is getting lower, so there's really not much divergence. So we might get a little bit of sideways action, maybe a bounce up to this trend line again around the 96, and then back down towards our $86 target somewhere in this area, which also is the 200 EMA in the daily. If that was to break, guys, then I get more bearish and start looking at the $61 range, which is old support over here, or old resistance, which would become new support. Stretch this trend line out a little bit. So that's worst case scenario, guys. Like I said, I'm not saying it's not possible, but I am definitely looking for a bounce here, and I'm going to also show you what I'm looking at in this area. This could be a let me pull up my patterns, get my ABC pattern out, and look at this as an ABC correction, which would be A, B, C. Now, for that to measure out, whoops, I grabbed the wrong one. Oh, well, you see what I'm saying, A, B, C. And B can be a triangle, which this is a triangle here, so let me get that out of there. Do a measured move. We would measure the length of A, which is right here, A, and then B. And that also gets us around to that $86, $87 range, which I do believe we're going to get a bounce there. Like I said, we could come up, get resistance on this line, and come back down one more time. But I do believe this falling channel here, we are going to break out at some point here to the upward side. Now, we do a measured move on the break up, would get us to, if we broke out in this area, obviously it changes depending on where we break out. If we broke out down here, it would be around the 131 range, but we have to look at where we break this to get our measured move. So until then, our measured move up, I'm not going to call on it until we obviously get a break of the top of this falling channel. All right, bearish case we just looked at, and you know my bullish case still looking up for the 180. And I'm just watching for a break of this trend line now to figure out where this target's going to be. All right, let's look at Bitcoin. I'm going to try to zip through this. I am running late. I got a lot of stuff to do today, guys. So looking at this rising broadening wedge that we broke out, we had a target of 9,600. And don't forget, definitely stick around to the end, because I'm going to show you what would make me bearish. I'll show you a little bit of that here too. But now, as you can see, I changed these targets. I did keep my 14.3 target here. I think that may be invalidated if we're forming what I'm going to show you when we get in the 4 hour. All right, so what I'm looking at, this is a rising broadening wedge now, using this top line as resistance, bottom line as support. And a break of that for my high target, guys, would be around the $25,000 range. Definitely still possible. Laugh all you want, bears, but you will be getting liquidated and losing some coins very soon, in my opinion. Anyways, I just been getting a lot of nasty comments later, and it kind of cracks me up. You know, I've got them all through since January, and 80% of them people turned over and end up watching my channel and now respect my TA. Now I'm getting a whole new inflush of bears that are about to get burnt also, so good luck, bears. Anyways, I am gonna look at the RSI real quick and show you what I'm seeing in that. So first, let's go into the big picture of the daily RSI. Had this rising channel, fell out in a falling channel, broke out of that into a falling wedge, which we're in now. There's a possibility we come down, test this for support, and then continue up from there. I do believe at some point here in the near future, next couple weeks or so, we're going to be touching this, maybe sooner. But I am looking for the break of this falling wedge, guys, and a break up. And if we look at it up against the price action, we are getting hidden bullish divergence in a pretty big way. If you look here, where's this low? This low here is right here. We're getting higher lows in the price action, lower lows in the RSI. Hidden bullish divergence, guys. We're definitely getting at least another little push up, and I'll show you that in the 4 hour, like I said, which could get us up to test the top of this line again. This line could be where my 14.3 target is, and we'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, what could happen here is this line continues down. Show you what I'm talking about. So this line continues down. We continue to make lower lows in the RSI and higher lows in the price action, which is the RSI resetting. And we know what happens after that. Once we get into oversold, we have a huge move up, which definitely is in the cards. And I'm going to show you why now after we look at the 4 hour RSI. So the 4 hour RSI, we could do a measured breakout of this here. First off, let's see what's going on. Zoom in a little bit. Yeah, we're still getting some. Looks like we're going to come down and possibly come down and get another move down. We'll take a look at that target here in a little bit. Could possibly get another move down to test the top of this trend line before continuing up. And if we look at the RSI, what the measured move would be, move this, straighten this line out. It's a little discombobulated. So we measure move here and where it breaks down. So yeah, that could get us into the oversold, which would come down and retest this trend line here. So definitely possible for a little more downward momentum, which isn't a bad thing, guys. It's just fueling this for the next part of this parabolic bull run that we are definitely in. All right, now take a look at the price action. I'll show you how I got these two targets. This one is a falling wedge here, and this would be a measured move of the wedge, and we would put it to where it broke out of the wedge, which is down here, and that's our $43,000 or $14,300 target. And if we look at what has formed here, or seems to be forming here, is a triangle, which could also possibly be a bull flag. And I'm going to make a measured move off that bull flag. I did not do that, but I don't have time to redo the whole video, so I am going to measure this whole move from down here as a flag pole. And depending on where we break out, guys, I'm going to put the breakout over here. That would give us the $18,900 target. And remember, guys, when I do these off of the triangles and the descending and ascending trend lines, that they're not exact until we see where we break through, and then we can get a way better price. As you can see, if I move this up to here, we would go, you know, the 19,200 range. If we broke out down here, it would be 18,006. So this gives us an estimate. And again, that is the measured move. This was a bull flag. The other way to measure it would be a triangle. First off, well, I'm going to go ahead and show you these targets, and then we'll take a look at the bearish case scenario. But the other way to look at that would be measuring this as a triangle, just measuring the widest part of the triangle and to where it would break out. And it, like this, all depends on where it breaks out, but that's around the $17,000 range. Now in a triangle, of according to Elliott wave theory, which I used to use a lot of, I really don't care for it anymore, but there is certain areas that it's good for. Triangles are one. Usually in a triangle, you get an A, a B, a C, a D, and an E, and a breakout after the E, so the break up. They can break out, you know, to the downward side, obviously, and it would be invalidated. And sometimes the D breaks out, so that's why we don't know where it could break out here yet until it plays out. So keep an eye on that, guys. Let's take a look at the bearish case scenario. This could, I do have this target down here, which if this target hits, then the gold chart that we're going to be looking at in a minute could be invalidated. That would invalidate it. I don't see it happening, but it's possible. But we could end up forming more like a descending triangle here. Something like this could stay in this area for a while and possibly pop up, or the measured move off of that breaking down. Where is it? Yeah, if we were to break down from there, then, you know, that would be down to the $5,000 range, something like that, something crazy. Not going to happen. Good luck, bears. But anyways, as of right now, I am still looking at this being more this shape right now until we get, unless it was to break down past this C can go lower, obviously, and we will adjust it as needed. I will update you guys in the Discord, and we're going to keep an eye on this. This is my major area I'm watching now. I'm not too concerned about Litecoin. I'm not worried about it. You guys know I hold all my coins. I trade Bitcoin on leverage, so my main focus right now is going to be Bitcoin. And like I said, 97 or 9600, 9700, if we break that 9680 area, then we'd be looking at the $81 range. And I know you're hearing a lot lower, like the 69 and whatnot, but I believe this would hold. This is the breakout here. I believe 81 would be our absolute lowest, but I don't see it happening, guys. Just don't see it happening. I think a lot of people, if you're trading your coins, are going to be losing your asses and losing your coins. Just my opinion. Be careful if you're trading your coins. I don't suggest it, especially in this area. I think the bears are about to get led to the slaughterhouse. So I love saying that. I really think the bears are going to lose their asses here, guys. And I love hearing your bearish comments and telling me I'm wrong and blah, blah, blah. It just fuels me, guys. Anyways, all right, so we know what I'm looking at here. The 14.3 is the measured move off this descending triangle. And then looking at this as a triangle, our measured move is 17,100. Looking at it as a bull flag, if it does form like this, guys, looking at the 18.9 area. And again, I will keep you updated if we go lower, and you know, we're definitely going to watch this area. Like I said, it could definitely, you know, that could change, go lower. We could get down to the 10.2 area, all the way down to the 96.80-ish area. I don't think we're going to go that low, but it is possible. Keep it in mind. Let me look again at the daily real quick. Yeah, so if we look at the daily here, this would be another area to watch for target, the 98.40, and it's probably most likely, if that hits, we're going to get a huge bounce from it, guys. I don't think we're going to go any lower than that. Yeah, I just don't think you're going to go any lower than that. If you're waiting for a Bitcoin under 96, 9700 bucks, I think your ass out. Go ahead and bitch at me. Again, people bitch at me about that all the time. Now I see why people get attitudes on YouTube. There is some idiots out there. And I'm talking to you. If you feel like I'm talking to you, I'm probably talking to you. If you're making retarded comments and don't understand what the hell you're talking about. So anyways, that's what we're looking at, guys. Now we're going to go to my favorite charts. Bitcoin daily versus the gold weekly chart, and why I believe we'll hit 46,000, 46 to 47,000 by the end of the year. And if we look here, You can see I have this blue trend line drawn from the old support in the bear market before we capitulated at 6,000, and we broke out of that nicely, I might add. And now I have another trend line drawn here, this white one from these peaks here all the way across. This was also old support in the bear market. And if you look at where the arrow is and where we're at now, we're going to go over to Bitcoin or gold here in a minute, and look at that. Notice there's 2 touches on this bottom trend line before this all started forming. Take a good look at this, guys. I've heard guys say they don't believe in fractals. This ain't a damn fractal. I'm not saying it's a fractal. It's a freaking pattern, and patterns play out 90% of the time. Look at this pattern. It doesn't matter. It's on a week. One's on a weekly, one's on a daily. You can find a pattern, find a triangle in a 5-minute chart, and see how that triangle plays out. Find that same triangle on a daily chart and see how that triangle plays out. Time frame isn't what I'm looking at here, guys. It is the pattern. So anyways, all right, I'm going to click back and forth. As you can see, amazing resemblance, guys. And no, these aren't going to be 100% exact candle for candle. That's not what this is about. This is about a pattern. Human emotion and patterns play out the same way. Bitcoin's a lot smaller market with a lot smaller market cap than gold, so it's naturally going to be a lot faster movement. Also, we have the internet, we have social media, all that. That's making this all possible, which took over 20 years for this pattern. But same thing, I think we're building another gold here, guys, a digital gold. It's playing out beautifully. We are right in this area. And if we zoom in here, I'm going to take a look at the RSI too on the gold, so stick around. Don't want to miss that either. So if we look at this, and let's get a triangle in here. So this is more, let's get these about the same size so you get an idea what I'm looking at. All right, so we click back and forth when we're close. This is obviously looking pretty good, guys. We're gonna put a triangle in here. This one is a little bit different. Like I said, it's not gonna be exact, guys. Let's go here. Sorry if this is taking a minute, but I wanted to do it while you guys are watching, so hopefully you might learn something from it. So looking at that as a triangle here, and it broke out, and it was right around this same trend line. And then we go over to gold or Bitcoin. Whoops. And we put in the same triangle. And again, guys, it doesn't have to be exact. There's no way the candles could play out exact, but it's about the pattern. Like I said, we could drop down a little bit more here, so I'm going to leave room for that in here. There we go. So same type deal. As you can see, same type deal, a little bit different form, but it's the same thing. Now, if we did a measured move off of this bull flag here and put it up here, that would get us right around this range. Now, if we do the same thing with gold to where it broke out down here, the resemblance is just amazing, guys. But anyways, you see what happens here. Now, let's look at adjusting that bull flag to all the way down to the bottom there. Let's see what happened from the breakout. Keep looking at this whole thing as a bull flag. And put the measured move, and where does that get us? Right into this area here. But you guys get the point. See what I'm saying? We are going up. We may have some more little bit of downward motion, downward movement. And if I'm wrong, guys, I will be the first to come on and tell you guys I'm sorry I was wrong. But yeah, just you can't deny how it looks like this is playing out here, guys. And I cannot wait to see what happens here. Now, I'm going to go into the RSI on the weekly. And remember, guys, we have been tracking this ever since January. And we were the only channel following this since January. And if you guys were following me since December, I did call the bottom in December. But anyways, look at these trend lines here. This is the 2013 bear market or bull market, followed by the bear market. On this trend line, we had 2 touches of resistance before starting the bull market. 2017 bull market, followed by the bear market. 2 touches of resistance before starting the bull market. And as you can see, once we get up in this area, guys, we stay in that area during the bull market. Look at this. Look at where it started over here. Let me get into log just to give you an idea of how this plays out. All right. Now let's look at, you can see once we got into the overbought area was right here. And look what happens. We just keep bouncing around. Those corrections are not that huge. We had some decent ones, yeah, but not gigantic and crazy, guys. And we just stayed in there the whole bull market just like that. And I believe we're going to see the same thing over here. Let's go into the monthly. And looking at the monthly, what's interesting is everybody's comparing this bull market to this bull market. Really, I think this is more of something like this bull market. But that's my opinion. So let's look at the monthly RSI. Another thing I just thought about, I'm going to switch back over to the gold or the Bitcoin chart here in a minute. But this is 2013 bull market followed by the bear market. Each one of these arrows represents a new low in the RSI. We had 4 of them. 2013 bull market followed by the bear market. Each arrow represents a new low in the RSI. We had 4 of them before starting the bull market. And I've drawn this line in here a million times now, and I'm going to draw it again. I think this arc over here is going to look more like this. Just a lot more powerful, a lot more parabolic. That is my view of the market, guys. So what was I going to show you? I don't remember. I guess that's probably it for today. So I will try to do a live stream. Oh yeah, this is what I was going to show you. Looking at this, let's go back. Go back into the normal chart, go into the daily, and looking at where we're at now. The other possibility is coming down to the 98.50 area, possibly 98. That is possible. As you can see, we're dropping now. That would make this triangle look more like this. So yeah, that is definitely possible. You can see it's falling now. But again, guys, if you look at the gold chart, this is not an area to be paranoid. If you look at the gold weekly, it came down and tested the 55 EMA2, which is right here in the daily, where we're probably headed down to now. If you're panic selling, you are probably going to be buying back higher. But yeah, right there's that 98 we talked about. 98.50, 98, somewhere in there. 9800 area. Probably headed down towards there, guys. But again, I'm not panicking here. So this move will probably happen by the time this video gets out, but I do appreciate you guys checking it out. Definitely consider subscribing by clicking the Crypto Savvy logo above my head. Tick the notification bell to get you notified when I post new videos. Smash the likes, guys. Leave your comments. Let me know what you think. Hopefully I will see you tonight. If not, I will see you tomorrow morning. Peace.